272 pilgrims.
272 pilgrims.
Yes. It is not easy.
The whole of the South.
The whole of the South. Delta State is the only state.
There are people who say, no, that's not necessary. Don't indulge in. They call it indulge in pilgrimage. How does it help the economy? You just mentioned here that, you know, due to the exchange rates and the realities, it's quite cumbersome for states to engage in such venture. How would you address people who think that pilgrimage as a thing, as an act, is wastage to the realities of the modern day Nigeria?
It cannot be wastage because when we talk about belief, Delta State is a, and we believe in our God. You know, prayers cannot be undermined in even individual activities. We need prayer in this country. We need prayers in our states. We need prayers in our individual lives. And so your beliefs matters a lot. There are a lot of people, they don't go out without praying. To get it? Without God, we cannot do anything. So our belief in Delta State is that we kill to our religions, to our belief that with prayers, everything is possible. And the governor you see today is a Christian, and they also believe that with God, all things are possible. We need God, even the more agenda, we need God to drive it, you know, to be effective.
Okay, now, talking about all these things you just said now, and a good one, the governor's name is Elder Sheriff Oborevwori, and he's an elder in church.
Yeah.
But looking at the 272 pilgrims that were taken out of the country for pilgrimage, I gathered that security personnel were embedded into that particular movement. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, how did you come about? How did the Borough come about that particular thought to have security people escort these people? Is it due to threats of people escaping, abscondment, or Japa? You know, taking advantage of a pilgrimage to Japa.
You see, it is very easy to bring people together, but it's quite difficult to control them. You know, we don't also want a situation where people abscond in the process. And I think that's the reason why the security are also embedded into it. And besides, too, to also protect us. Did you get that?
Yes.
That's really thoughtful.
Protect Delta
It was
Yes.
it was really, really thoughtful.
That's
Yeah,
smart,
to
that's
protect
smart.
us too,
Yes.
you know.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's the reason.
All right.
How often do we have this pilgrimage to Israel and to Jordan in Delta State? Is it a yearly affair?
It's the yellow program.
Okay. All right. Now, your bureau, how is the relationship with the bureau and other agencies and local government as well? How is the bureau partnering with local government and community leaders to identify emergency needs in Delta State?
Well, like sometime, like I said, the committee also worked down even to the local government to relate with them and exchange our contacts should there be any incident at all. And, you know, by also distributing the relief materials, without the local government, it will not be effective. We operate from the state, and the local governments are under us. If you don't have that cordial relationship with them, whatever you carry out will not be effective. And so we cannot do without the local government.
This gives me a particular understanding. I'll just draw you back because you talked about local government. That shows that you are concerned about the grassroots, the minority, and I believe that totally. Now, still returning to the pilgrimage matter.
Yeah.
You know, recently I saw Muslims gather to endorse the person of Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. It was on news right here. How is your ministry trying to ensure that there is an interfaith-based concern as regards pilgrimage activities?
You see, the governor you see today is a God-fearing man. He's a man filled with humility. He's a man that can show the full Delta State that he doesn't segregate. It takes everyone at heart. Despite the fact that he's a Christian, he also carried along the Muslims. The Muslims are also sponsored too. So there's a cordial relationship between the Christian, the Muslim board, and the state government.
That's a
All right.
beautiful one.
Are you done with
Yeah,
the
we're done with
pilgrimage?
pilgrimage. Let's move on to other
Okay,
areas
let's
now.
move back to the community, and local government chairman. Do you organize trainings for first responders? Because, like you said, you operate from the state level.
Yeah.
So, if there's an emergency in any local government or any community, before you get there, you should have like first responders, people who would respond to that emergency first before the bureau comes in, or the fire service comes in, or SEMA comes in. So, do you organize trainings for first responders and community volunteers?
Right. You see, for every year we have a program. We have a training program where we invite the local governments and their teams. And they are also trained for that, for response. Like they say, security is a responsibility of everyone. You see, this incident, this emergency incident, is also a responsibility of everyone. But we do not advise everybody to come into it, especially when we don't have a knowledge of it. And so there's a yearly program where we invite all the local government chairmen, the vice chairman, and even the secretary, and some few members of the local government selected by the local government chairman.
And you train them? to
Yes,
respond
that
to
takes place
emergencies?
every year. Yeah.
Okay, people do not really understand the Ministry of Special Duties, the Bureau of Special Duties. They don't know it. In fact, everyone has their assumptions about what they do. Some people say they have to monitor government projects and the rest of them. And I do different administrations. They've had different strategies for the commissioners for Bureau of Special Duties. First question is, what exactly do you do? Which you mentioned earlier on.
Yeah.
And the second question now, to the point of what I'm getting to, what are you doing to make people understand what you are doing in Delta State? What public face are you showing to make people understand your role in Delta State beyond their assumptions about what Terry Ejiro, the Honorable Terry Ejiro, does as Commissioner for Special Duties in Delta State?
I think there's a mix-up here. We have Bureau for Special Duties.
Okay.
We have special projects, Commissioner for Special Projects
And monitoring, I think.
and monitoring. That one is in charge of monitoring projects around the state.
Okay.
And we also have Special Duty Commissioner in Government House.
Okay.
So the difference now is this is the one I'm in charge is Bureau for Special Duty, which is saddled with the responsibility of SEMA, which is the State Emergency Management Agency, and the Fire Service Command, the Christian Board, and the Muslim Board.
Right. Okay, now I'll talk about how you bring it into the public understanding, because people do not grasp entirely.
Yeah.
You just said it out here, and this is knowledge for us to gather.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What steps are you taking to make people know what you do precisely?
Well, it's all over the social media anyway.
Okay.
Like when there's a fire incident, we come out to rescue effectively, and not just that, we do compensation as well. And during the fraud, our responsibility is massive.
Okay.
It's quite massive,
Okay.
And talking about the pilgrimage, we are also responsible for that. And even the pilgrimage involves the Christians and the Muslims. So the responsibility is quite high.
Commissioner, sir,
Yeah,
this is my first time seeing you on Morning Ride.
yeah.
I don't know if you have been here before. Delta Broadcasting Service have a conversation with us. So, because my question is tilting towards your collaboration with the Ministry of Information, Delta Broadcasting Service, the pointer. How has it been so far in showcasing what you do? Because you mentioned there's good things that you've been doing, but people just attribute them only to the fire ambulance. They just say it's
And
for them. They
certainly
don't
know
know.
the fire service
It's
is
from,
under.
they don't even know it's under your ministry. That's our
I
concern
think
right
a
now.
lot of things will be put in place right this time.
Okay.
We normally give out reports. Did you understand?
So we're going to see more of you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, we give out reports. And so if the report is not given publicly, well, I think it's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to carry out, what is due, what we are supposed, to do. Like I was invited a couple of days ago that I'm going to be here. Of course, I came.
Okay.
So if I'm frequently if you invite me anytime, any day, I can assure you that I'm going to be here.
This
But it
program,
should
this
be-
program is recorded,
The-
sir. And so we have this on tape.
There should be a communication. Okay, now, handling or responding to emergencies in the state,
Yeah.
it's not quite easy. What are some of the challenges your bureau has faced in implementing its
Right.
project?
In some of these incidents, the community youths, sometimes we face the challenges of, trying to rescue the situation, and some of them, they are angry. They're angry youths. Sometimes they attack us. But what we do when we experience that, we invite the security to come with us. So that is what we do. Some incident can be very, very
Discouraging.
Discouraging. But we have no reason to turn back, but rather because we were trained. Sometimes some of my men, sometimes they are injured. No, but in spite of that, we still move on. We still push on. To rescue the situation.
Honorable Commissioner, I wish I could put this, as a particular snippet of what you just said.
Yeah.
It's quite powerful, it's quite touching. And we'll take that as your final message to us this morning on Morning Right. It's quite strong. In spite of it all, regardless of everything, you keep moving.
We keep
pushing.
moving. Yeah.
Regardless of the injury sustained while trying to help
We
people
move on.
be sustained, you move on.
Yeah.
And we really encourage you for that. But I also tell you that you said it right here, that any time we call, you shall answer. And now we have that access to you to keep on calling you and expecting you to answer our call.
That's fine.
All right, that's agreed. Yeah. That's how we sum it up this morning with the Honorable Commissioner, Bureau for Special Duties. He has really made us understand the things that he does. And I tell you, there are a lot. Every time you've seen the fire services do a wonderful job, the ministry has been involved. Every time you hear how Delta State outweathered the storm and ensure that Christian pilgrims find a way to travel regardless of the economy, the Ministry of Special Duties, Bureau for Special Duties, has been involved. And the man at the helm of the affairs is nobody else but the man, Honorable Commissioner for Bureau for Special Duties, Honorable Terry Ejiro Etachere. Thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. It's a big privilege. And wish you all the best. No injuries again to your team and yourself. But bring Delta State to glory and pride. Thank you so much. When we come back, we shall look a little at the papers, have a little conversation that we didn't finish up, and then we'll say our goodbyes to Morning Right. Do stay with us.
Sheriff, all more people they go. I will not think and cry again. So I say God will bless SLSC. Indeed, Governor Sheriff's administration
is committed to delivering impactful governance that will improve the lives of Deltans. Take a look at the inauguration of the Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which was inaugurated some days ago.
The newly inaugurated Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which includes a modern abattoir, is crucial towards improving economic activities and also stimulating innovation.
Governor Sharif.
And because Governor Sharif is dedicated to providing sustainable infrastructures, he has also encouraged that the facilities be given timely maintenance.
Governor Sharif always concerned about the well-being of Deltans.
I even hear say in line with the more agenda, opportunities for all. Say Governor Sharif, he don't call for the redesign of academic curricula to equip graduates with the technical skills necessary for them to become job and wealth creators.
And no surprise, just some days ago, the Delta State Ministry of Science and Technology inaugurated the More ICT Year program at the Delta State Innovation Hub, Asaba. This program is a government-backed initiative aimed at equipping youths with essential digital skills.
For this Delta State, more agenda will reach all of us.
Opportunities for all.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Do you know you can now attend a court section in Delta State without ever stepping into a courtroom? Now, Delta State is stepping forward with tech-driven justice. With the Sheriff in town championing the more agenda, the Ministry of Justice and the judiciary are bringing trials to the people, faster, smarter, and more inclusive.
The Delta State government has put together a remote platform for us to be able to help the correctional centers to access the courts even while they are not physically present in the court.
What approval from His Excellency. So the funds were released, the equipment has been purchased. We've done a lot of innovation at Ogwashku.
And I appreciate His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, who has made it possible for the Vision Corps to come to Ogwashku Custodial Center.
Justice in Delta is now a click away.
But it's been a very fantastic package. I believe the climax was the conversation we just had right now with the Commissioner Bureau for Special Duties and the person of Honorable Terry Ejiro Etachere. It was right here. He spoke extensively about some of the great things his ministry has been carrying on in Delta State, keeping the state safe, ensuring that Christian and Muslim people enjoy their pilgrimage regardless of the tough economy. That's huge management. That's huge applause for them.
And I'm just going to pick up something he said when he spoke about the challenges. When he spoke about, he said, when they go to communities to offer emergency services to the people, that people of the communities, the youths, sometimes attack them. I find it very disturbing that, you know, we've heard of cases, not just from the Bureau of Special Duties, we've heard of contractors, we've heard of people talking about how difficult it is to go to communities to set up projects because the people are always against it. So I think in Delta State and in Nigeria communities, when you see good, when you see development coming to your community, you should embrace it rather than attack the people that have come to offer help to you.
I still do not rationalize how some communities believe you have to pay them to work for their own good.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to rationalize it. If you are a landlord, it's a very simple math. I've seen landlords right here in Asaba. Let's not even go far away from Asaba, who just had the government fix the road around their household, and the house rent went very high, too high that people began to complain. Yet tenants prospective tenants still come begging to rent that place. So if they're trying to do anything developmental to your area, you don't have to ask for little lumps of bread when you can have the bakery right at your door.
Shouldn't be at all.
And so we say no to that in its entirety. We condemn that action. No one should get injured for trying to carry out good for a particular region. No one should get hurt. No one should be killed, injured, or even touched. Instead, they should have pats on their backs. They should have sodas and sachet water. They should have bread, to let the laborers around that place even want to come back and continue working, even when they are not paid or they are paid. The contractors should feel like they have a home away from home when they come to do any job at all in your region. So we also, at this point, give a big well done, thumbs up to the Bureau of Special Duties for working regardless and in spite of it all, putting that energy to let things work. And we encourage the ministry to collaborate more with the Ministry of Information, whether it's talking about Delta Broadcasting Service, the Pointer newspaper, other newspaper outlets in the country, to bring out what they've done beyond social media. Beyond social media, they've got to let the entire world know, because not everyone has the beauty and privilege of hitting their phones. And of course, if you even want to go on the net and search for materials to see about the good things that one might have done, it's hard to get access to social media, and then you get access to conventional media. So collaborate conventional and social media and get things to work out very well. After all,
it should be, really. And we can't give kudos to the Bureau for Special Duties without giving kudos to the Delta State government. He did mention, the Honorable Commissioner mentioned how the governor is very supportive when it comes to relief materials for communities. He's always quick to release the funds. When it comes to pilgrimage for Christians, for Muslims, he sponsors it as well. So say kudos to the Delta State government.
Kudos to the Delta State government, and kudos to you for being part of the program today. We appreciate you 100%. We like the fact that you sat down there and you watched us through your gadgets, through your TV set. We shall be here again some other time. Tomorrow there shall be a fresh edition of the program, but we'll say our final goodbyes, and I wonder how Bless is going to cap it up this time. So bless it.
It has been exciting. It's been wonderful this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Have yourself a great day.
Enjoy your Wednesday. That's from me to you. Enjoy it fully. It's close to the weekend and it's close to the start of the week. So enjoy the balance of it all. Be a great person and go around doing good. They're trying to be greedy or perpetrate evil. My name is Francis Ofunwe. Good morning and